True friendship can move mountains. Few people can boast that they were able to maintain their friendship through the years. Few people manage to remain a true and devoted friend when life changes. Someone gets married, someone moves away, someone changes their lifestyle, and that's it. The friendship comes to an end. This is normal. People tend to change, but how sad it is sometimes to lose old friends. Indeed, over the years, it becomes more and more difficult to find new and devoted friends. But sometimes it happens where a friendship sincerely surprises and can even save someone's life, especially when such friendship happens in the animal world between different species of animals, which under normal conditions would never happen. Our story today is about such an unusual friendship that lasted many years. Get comfortable as we begin. Jack and Anne were an ordinary married couple who lived in Massachusetts. The only thing that set them apart from others is that they never had any pets in their home. Jack was not particularly fond of animals, and Anne never thought about it until one day an uninvited guest appeared in their home. The couple woke up in the morning to a plaintive squeak in their yard. It was rather strange to hear such a sound since they didn't have any animals on their property, so Jack went out to see what it was and returned very surprised. He called Anne to look with her own eyes at the one who had disturbed their peace this early morning. Anne went out onto the porch and saw a small black kitten sitting on the grass and timidly looking around. The baby was completely scared and most likely hungry. Anne felt sorry for the poor kitten, but Jack said that he didn't like cats, so it couldn't stay with them. However, they did agree to keep the kitten until they could find a suitable family for him, as they just couldn't leave him on the street. That same day, they bought everything necessary: bowls for food, a bed, and a lot of cat food. Anne had printed ads about the found kitten and was going to put them up in the area over the next few days. Maybe someone would like to take the little kitten home. However, what happened next forced the couple to reconsider their views on having pets in their home. After feeding the kitten, they left him in their yard while they went on a walk. Right then, a huge black crow, which had been sitting on a branch nearby, spread her wings and flew right down on the kitten. Anne was afraid the crow was attacking, but that was not actually the case. The crow sat down next to the kitten and began to examine him, then walked around him. The crow then flew away and returned a few moments later with a large worm in her beak. She slowly approached the kitten and placed the worm right in front of him, moving it closer to the kitten with her beak. The cat did not know what to do with this worm. It wriggled on the ground, and the kitten touched it with his paw and played with it. This picture touched Anne and Jack. He began to film what was happening. The crow did not attack the kitten, but on the contrary, apparently tried to feed him with what she ate herself, and now did not understand why the kitten did not eat this delicacy. After this incident, the crow began to fly to the kitten every day. Together they played, wrestled, and ran after each other. Time passed, the kitten grew up, and now the couple couldn't part with him. They named him Tom, and they were so used to watching this strange friendship between the cat and the crow that they themselves did not notice how they loved them both with all their hearts. Every morning, the crow flew to their house and knocked on their door with her beak, calling Tom to go outside. Tom, who had already had breakfast by that time, was waiting for his friend by the door. Hearing the knock of the crow, Anne opened the door and let Tom out into the yard. All day, the friends frolicked in the yard, and the crow flew away in the evening, and the cat came home to sleep. So the years went on. Tom grew older, and with age developed health problems. Anne often took him to the veterinary clinic, where the doctors only shrugged and said that these were natural age-related issues. All they could do was prescribe vitamins and hope Tom would live a little longer. But unfortunately, the cat got worse every day, and one evening, he was gone. Words cannot express how upset Anne, Jack, and his crow friend were. She seemed to understand everything without words. The next morning, she flew in, but did not knock on the door, as usual. Instead, simply sat in the garden, waiting, not knowing what for exactly. Anne and Jack carried Tom out in a small box and took him to the animal graveyard. They were very surprised when they got out of the car and saw the crow. She flew behind the car the whole way. She wanted to see her friend on his final journey. The whole ceremony was very quiet. Anne was crying, Jack was sad, and the crow was standing over the small mound and looking down. They stood this way for about 30 minutes, and then the couple went home, leaving the crow in the same place. The next morning, out of habit, Anne waited for the knock of the crow on the door, but the bird did not come again. She understood that her friend would no longer come out onto the porch, would not meet with her or play with her, which meant that there was no longer any need to visit. This is how an unusual friendship between a cat and a crow ended. Friends, do you have examples of unusual friendships? Share them in the comments.